This music is just flat out hilarious. Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokémon Colosseum. In the last episode, we got to the town of hilarious music, and we also snagged all the Pokemon that we could snag in the Battle Square. And in this episode, we're going to be taking on a challenge at the Pokémon Stadium. Woo! I've been wanting to take on a challenge. Let's do this. Welcome to the Pirate Colosseum. We're here to register. I'm sorry, but the current challenge is already underway. Please wait for the next challenge's registration. This seems to be a running theme. We always show up at a Coliseum, and they're always like, hey, you should enter. And then it's just like, oh, nope, we're cock teased. We're going to tell you to enter, but you can't actually do it. Didn't give her time to make the registration. Yeah, same with us, buddy. And, ooh, what is he saying there? He's saying that Cail won a strange Pokemon competing here. He was the guy we talked to at the entrance, so how about we go see what he's up to? Now, being perfectly honest, I don't hate Pyrite's music, back on that subject. It's kind of slummy, though. I just think that, like, the finger snapping and the bum-ba-dum-bum at the beginning makes the song kind of funny, but beyond that, it does fit the atmosphere of the town. It does give an idea of, like, kind of a slummy, very stylized area, and, you know, that's kind of where Colosseum's charms lays, that it's very stylized. I like this view of the town, by the way, that you get from back here. Anyway, what's that? You want to know if I have a weird Pokemon? Hehe. You don't know that much, you might as well see it with your own eyes. Alright, so got Rogue Cail. So we got new types of trainers that kind of only appeared in this series. It's kind of nice. Gonna send out Furret and Ralts. Can Ralts be the Pokemon we can snag? Please? 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 Okay, you know it's not going to be. It is Furret that we can catch, okay. But going over Furret, though, normally I would kind of not like the fact that we are catching a Furret. Normally I would say it's not very good, but remember, this is a game with very limited options, only about 50 Pokemon in this game. Furret is one of very few normal types in Colosseum, one of, I think, 3 or 4, and it's actually not too bad. As you see, its starting moveset has Strength in it, and having Strength, it gets the same type attack bonus, because of course if your move is the same as your type, you do more damage, 1.5 times to be exact. It's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good to have early on, and I find that it actually does one-hit a lot of stuff very early on, so I would recommend picking this up if you want something like that, even just temporarily. However, I will recommend one thing about picking this thing up. Make sure you don't have Runaway for your ability. I would make sure you have Keen Eye, because every single battle in Colosseum is a trainer battle. So, when everything is a trainer battle, what does Runaway do? Absolutely nothing! Great game design, eh, guys? Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking, but for some odd reason, Runaway wasn't given another effect in Colosseum. So, if Furret's got Runaway when you catch it, you have an ability that does absolutely nothing. And even though Keen Eye is not overly useful, it's better than nothing. And, that Machop looks awful. That's actually one minor criticism I have with Colosseum, is that the Johto and Kanto Pokemon reuse their Pokemon Stadium models. While this normally wouldn't be so bad, it's just that the Hoenn Pokemon have new models, and you're primarily looking at Johto Pokemon in this game, and it just kind of makes them look a little out of place. Granted, Pokemon Stadium 2 did have some of the best models on the N64 period, but it's kind of noticeable. And is it just me, or does it look like Machop has a... Never mind. Okay. I will not get into that. I will not go any further into that. Don't ask me how I noticed that, but... Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and... How about we do a test? Let's see if Furret does have Keen Eye for its ability, or if this thing has Runaway or not. And, oh god, there's Strength! Even as defensive as Quagsire is, that kind of hurts. Let's see. And from the looks of it... Yeah, it's got Runaway. I'm not going to reset because I don't plan on using Furret on my team. I just thought I would recommend it to people. Hey, Hyper Mode! I don't know why I was so excited for that, considering that meant I didn't get to attack that turn. Ah, well. But, yes, Hyper Mode. Let's go ahead and call on this turn. Man, I don't know about you, though, but I tend to have horrible luck with Hyper Mode a lot of the time. Like, I'm honestly surprised that it's only happened to me. I think this is the 3rd time I've gotten Hyper Mode in this entire series so far. Usually, I get Hyper Mode, like, every single turn. I'm not really sure what decides if we go into Hyper Mode more often. I'm wanting to say Natures. I know that Natures do have an impact on various things regarding Hyper Mode. I just don't know if it affects actually going into it. But on that subject, I should also mention, though, that you might have noticed that when I used Call on Quagsire there, it didn't lower its heart gauge that much. But on a Pokemon you have, maybe it did lower it by a lot more. That is because Pokemon's natures actually will determine what will lower its heart gauge more. You know, walking around, calling it when it's in hyper mode, that kind of stuff. There's ways to lower Pokemon's heart gauge, sending out in battle. Its nature will determine what is the most effective way. However, of course, you don't know the Pokemon's nature until you lower its heart gauge at least a little bit, so... My Shadow Pokemon! Ooh! Oh my god, I've been waiting for that line to pop up. My god! Oh my god, that lying Mirror B. Came with a fancy-sounding name, Shadow Pokemon. It was no big deal. You guys be careful. Don't be polite for the sucker. It's about all I'll give you if you win at the Colosseum. Shadow Pokemon. That's what they're called, the Shadow Pokemon? That Pokemon with a black aura. I trust things are going according to plan, Mirror B. Oh, yes, indeed, Master Nazcua! Our plan is coming along in a lovely peachy keen way! We've already broken Duking's spirit. We can do as we please at the Colosseum without his meddling. We've been giving away Shadow Pokemon on the sly to challenge winners for gathering data. Good. The others appear to be doing their parts to implement our plan. Our Shadow Pokemon plan is falling into place quickly. The final phase is not far off. Whoa! This is perking up my spirit and body. Oh, I feel like dancing! Save your dancing until our plan succeeds. I'm off. Okay then! I shall make my return to the cave of my darling Pokemon. Await my return! Let the music play! Okay. In all seriousness, though, Colosseum has a bit of a secret, so we're going to take place in the battle challenge there now that we know what's going on. In all seriousness, though, I have been waiting so long for them to actually drop the term Shadow Pokemon in the game. It has been painful because every time I'm about to say Shadow Pokemon, I'm like, Shadow Pokemon with a black aura. Because I didn't want to spoil that. It was painful. Oh my god, that was bad. Anyway, I can finally say Shadow Pokemon and hey buddy, what's up? Someone had too much cherry whiskey! Okay, no, not really. Someone help, there's trouble. Help me. What do we got? The chief's inside. Silva came and... What do we got? Ow, wow, that Silva's gone a little too far this time. He ripped out and ripped off with one of the gears. Colosseum's gonna be without power. It's always something, isn't it? We can't actually take a challenge at the Colosseum right now because it's without power. Alright. It's only Silva. I wasn't expecting any trouble. Huh? Isn't Silva Duking's trusted lieutenant? What's the motive for doing it? Silva was like 5 years old! Why the heck is he a lieutenant? So, he's wanting to shut down the Colosseum. No, I don't want to hear you out. Oh, no, don't be that way. Hear me out. Okay, fine. I like this guy's nose, by the way. Colosseum loses power, the whole town suffers. Yeah! The town can't function if animals aren't beating up other animals. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. In all seriousness, though, Silva took off with the gear, so we gotta go find it. What sounds like a good place to find some scrap- Get out of my way! God! Normally I'd be happy about a girl like that being in my way, but hey, this is a game, so I can't really enjoy it. Okay, that was pretty bad. So, what would be a good place to find some scrap metal? What do you think? Technically, we could go talk to some NPCs that would give us some info, but... How about we just head to the construction lot and save ourselves a little time? Because admittedly, I've been talking to quite a few NPCs as of late, some that I didn't even need to talk to. But anyway, we see this shining and shimmering over here. We get this shining, shimmering splendor for the windmill. And somehow we fit that into our overcoat pocket. I have no idea how that works, but okay. I guess to be fair, it's nothing new for the Pokemon series to fit bicycles into your pocket, so I guess fitting a gear into your pocket isn't anything new. Then again, for all we know, he could be fitting that motorbike into his pocket. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, Pokemon protagonists have... They are the ultimate bag of holding trope. Well, actually, I don't know. I've seen some pretty bad bag of holding tropes. I mean, heck, where does Ami or Chibi hold stuff that they get on them? Terribly sorry, Chief. You're sure you're okay? Yup, I'm fine. There's no need for all the worrying. Good, that's good. But Silva, this is an outrage. No. I reckon he agonized over this and did what did it because he thought it right. I can't blame the man for that. Enough about that, Duking. Instead, I think you should look over there. What? You people? Hehe, I reckon you might be saying thanks, Duking. That's the gear! You fed it for us? What amazing luck! I ask you to excuse me for my behavior earlier. You seem to be people who are worthy of trust. You have my sincere thanks. Alright. I'll get you to slot that gear snugly back in the gap where it belongs. Okay, fine. So, we place the gear there. All done. Stand by. Let it roll. Oh, 30 long years of cranking gears. Oh, yeah! I am so sorry. As polluted as Pyrite Town is, it is wind-powered. Yeah, I don't get it either. Wahaha! This ought to be. Things are fine now. I can tell you're a man of courage and honor. I have a favor to ask. Will you hear me out? I like how Ruby is closer to him when he's saying that. I'm grateful. I want you to enter the next Colosseum battle. Fine, a frickin' Actually, you know what? No. We are gonna go into there and do a challenge. It's gonna be like, oh no, you can't enter it, even though someone told you to. So, we go to enter our first challenge, and we get jumped by Team Snag'em on the way out. We go to enter another challenge, and we freaking get in trouble with Cail. What's gonna happen this time? I swear, these Colosseums are bad news. Alright, though. We are finally back here at the Colosseum. Maybe we will actually get to enter a challenge this time. We will find out in the next episode. Next time on Pokemon Colosseum, we're going to be doing the Knockout Challenge. Possibly. See you guys then.